Yo. What's going on, people? Salute. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA playoff watch along. Well, it's game 2. We had an epic game 1 between Mercury and the Liberty. One ball out. Salute for the follow. Salute on the Twitch. And now we're here for game 2. Salute to everybody joining the stream. We got about, let's see how much time we have. Yeah, we got about 10-ish minutes until game time. This game will be shown on ESPN. That's where I'll be watching it for us here in the USA. I think international you could find it other ways, but in the USA you have to watch it on ESPN. All right, this game is taking place at Barclays. This is a 1-1-1 format for the playoffs. So the high seed had the higher seed, which was the Phoenix Mercury, had their game 1 at home. Liberty have game 2 at their home, and if it goes to a game 3, it goes back to Phoenix. All right, let's get into the starting lineups. I just want to verify that I have the correct starting lineups here. I know it was up in the air about Breanna Stewart playing, but she will play tonight. So let's get into the starting lineups. For the Phoenix Mercury, the road team is Monica Cole-Makani. You have Kahleah Copper, Satu Sabally, Alyssa Thomas, and Natasha Mack. For their bench, Sammy Whitcomb, Kat Westbeld, Kit Laxa, Kalani Brown, Dewana Bonner, Lexi Held, and Kiana Williams. Nobody to report injured for them. For the New York Liberty, you have Natasha Cloud, Sabrina Ionescu, Leonie Febich, Breanna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. Off the bench, you have Maureen Johannes, Emma Meeseman, Steph Talbot, Rebecca Gardner, Isabel Harrison, and Niara Sabally. No one on the injury report for them. They still have you have Breanna Stewart, who it was reported suffered a sprained MCL in that overtime win against the Mercury. And she's gonna give it a go in this one. She said it's just about pain management. Hopefully that's all it's about, and it doesn't escalate into something that could be worse. I'm gonna get the poll started in a moment here. Give me 1 second. Who do you think wins game 2? If you're on the Twitch, just put it in the chat. Who wins game 2? Will it be the road team Mercury coming back for vengeance here, or will it be the Liberty? Mercury versus Liberty. Who wins game 2? Starting that poll now on the YouTube. I'm watching. They have WNBA countdown on at the moment. Recapping. Talking about plays from last game. Alrighty. Let me show you guys the bracket at the meantime. If you missed the watch along last night, you missed an epic game. An epic game last night between the Las Vegas Aces and the Seattle Storms. That was a really big game there. Seattle comes back down from 14 down to win the game. Dom Malonga, big shot and got fouled. Sky Dig hit some big shots. Erica Wheeler hit some big shots. So that game 3 is tomorrow. AR, what up? Stewie is playing. Breanna Stewart is playing in this game. Breanna Stewart is playing. So this is the bracket currently. Just wanted to show you guys the bracket. So as you can see, Minnesota and Golden State. Minnesota's up 1-0. They play later. We will be doing that game as well on the watch along. It'll just be a separate stream, but this stream should default right over to it. Phoenix and New York about to play in the next couple of minutes. You have Vegas versus Seattle. That series is tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 is tomorrow in Las Vegas. And Atlanta and the Fever, they went to game 3 as well. That game will be tomorrow as well. So we will be doing a doubleheader both days, tonight and tomorrow, for the WNBA playoffs. All right, Hutch says you could say the Storm blew the Aces away, but I got you. I got you. Yes, for those asking, Breanna Stewart is playing. Breanna Stewart is playing. Let me take a look at. Let me see, Breanna. I did save. I thought I saved some of the stuff they were saying. About Breanna Stewart. She does have a sprained MCL. So we shall see how that plays out. Hopefully it plays out for the better. This is the tweet from one of the Liberty beat reporters. I'll show you guys that right now. So Miles Ehrlich, Breanna Stewart tells media she has she sprained her MCL, but she went through shoot around this morning. Barring something happening between now and game time, she wants to play today. She tells this reporter that she's a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale, and that was at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So she seems to be good to go, but you never know until the game actually goes. The adrenaline starts flowing, the physicality ramps up. So we shall see. Johnny said cloud for 20 is all I need. Hopefully she could get that for you and for us. What's up, Liz? What's going on? Salute, salute. Yeah, definitely. Let's wrap this up tonight. I don't need Breanna getting on a plane to go back to Phoenix to play a game 3 with this. We need as much time off as possible. What up, Daniel? Salute, salute. Liberty gonna win. Hopefully, my friend. Hopefully. The Liberty were the only team in game 1 to win as the lower seed. All the higher seeds won on their home floor. Besides the Mercury. And then now, so far, the home teams have won on their home floor for game 2. We'll see if it stays the same tonight with that. They say the countdown to tip is about 4.5 minutes. So we got about another 4.5 minutes until we tip off at the Barclays Center. For those new to the channel, I usually go to the games. I think the last 3 playoff runs I've been a part of. I was at the game against Chicago in 2022. When we played Chicago. During that 2-1, I think that was a 2-1 format as well. And we had that game 3. We stole game 1 in Chicago, lost in game 2, and then they blew us out in game 3. I was at the finals run, the first finals run with Breanna Stewart and Jonquel and Sabrina. And I was there when Vandersloot shoots the air ball for us to lose to the Aces. And then I was there last year when we won. So no playoff run for me this year unless I fork over some money for some tickets, but that's not gonna happen. Liz says up in Denver for a concert, but probably wearing Liberty. Yep, gotta represent wherever you are. I think on the broadcast somebody picked Mercury. I don't know if anybody picked the Liberty. I wasn't really paying attention, and I don't feel like rewinding. So we shall see. All right. They're doing the pregame stuff there at the Barclays Center. Ellie's over there dancing center court. So we'll see what happens. I'm not as nervous as last game. I'm not as nervous as last game. The first playoff game in Barclays this season. I am ready. Salute to everybody joining the stream. Salute to all of y'all. Let's see if Phoenix will respond. You know, Alyssa Thomas. Let's see if I don't think Sato will shoot that bad again. She was like 2 for 17 in the last game. If we could keep the same strategy with getting Kahleah Copper in early foul trouble, that would be a good recipe for success. They're doing on the whole little montage right on the broadcast right now between the Liberty and the Mercury. Coach saying nobody's picking us to win this series. Blah blah blah. It is what it is. Right? Is Ryan Rucco and Rebecca Lobo on the call down in Brooklyn? I got my 2024 WNBA Finals cup for the special occasion tonight. Hopefully we could Close it out. I got the Liberty hat on again. I got a Liberty t-shirt on. I'm Liberty'd out tonight again. Let's go Rose. Let's go Liberty. Let's go. We will be doing both games tonight. It'll be on a separate stream. I've set it up so that this stream will redirect right to that one. I'll just have to end this one and then start up the other one. Hopefully, this game ends on time. We don't have to like do one of those things again where we get into the second game like midway through the first or end of the first. Right? They're talking about Natasha Cloud and her playoff. She's a playoff riser in game 1. She finished with 23 points and 5 assists on 9 of 12 shooting. So let's see if the masked lady, I don't even know what nickname to give her, but she got that mask on. Hopefully she can continue that same performance from last game. Alrighty. We're about to get this show on the road. Make sure you fill out that poll on the YouTube. Who do you think wins this game? Will it be the Liberty or the Mercury? I see 94% say Liberty. Hopefully that rings true. And now they're focusing on Alyssa Thomas. She had last game she had 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Satu had 9 points on 2 of 17 shooting, 1 for 10 from 3. Kahleah Copper had 15 points, 0 for 4 from 3. Ooh, all right. I don't know why I'm getting nervous now. I wasn't nervous before, but now I'm getting a little nervous. What's up, Noel? Brooklyn born. Salute, salute. All right. So starting lineups are on your screen. It's the same starting lineups here. We're about to get this show on the road. Hopefully, I'm in time today. I know yesterday I was a little behind there, a little further behind on the stream than usual, but I should be good. What up, Chemo? Game 2 of this series, Mac versus Jonquil at center court for the jump ball. Jump ball is up. Jonquil wins the tip, and we start this game off. The Liberty have possession. Sab over to Jonquil, over to Cloud. Top of the key here. Cloud back to Sab. Sab takes the screen from Stewie. Gets it up to Stewie. Stewie, corner to Jonquil. Jonquil for 3. And a good start. Jonquil right in front of the Liberty bench. Cashes out for 3. Liberty up 3-0. Good start so far. Good back. Akol Makani over to Copper. Guarded by Cloud. That was the defensive matchup last game. Copper goes downhill, throws up the layup, and double clutches and scores. Tough finish there by Kahleah Copper. That was just a tough shot. Good defense, a tough shot. Sab comes off the screen, keeps the dribble over to Cloud. Cloud cross court to Stewie. Down to Jonquil. She couldn't control the ball, and it's a turnover. Jonquil, like her hands be a little shaky sometimes. Ball out to Copper. Copper pump fakes for 3. Shoots a contested shot and somehow shoots a line drive and it goes in. This is how she started off last game. Oh, they called it a 3? I thought that was a 2. But they called it a 3. It's 5-3. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina into the paint, skips through, and lays it in. Sab on the board. Gets around the defense, and then she gets the steal. Gets it over to Leonie Fibich on the inbound. Over to Cloud. Cloud. Over to Jonquil. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina comes off the screen. Sabrina skips through the lane, throws it up, off balance. Jonquil tips the rebound to herself. Over to Stewie. Stewie for 3, and she misses. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound. Thomas goes cross court to Copper. Copper walks into a 3, and she misses. Fight for the rebound. Mac gets it. Mac throws it out to Satu. Satu with the ball. Satu into the paint. Pass goes over to Akol Makani. She gets blocked by Sabrina. And then Jonquil with the bad outlet turns it over right to Alyssa Thomas. Akol Makani again for 3, and she misses. Rebound to Cloud. Sabrina with the ball. Comes off the screen. Sabrina walks into a 3. That should be a foul. She gets pushed from behind by Akol Makani. So that's 3 free throws for Sabrina. Liberty got to take care of the ball. We got a good stop, and then Jonquil turns it right over. That was a good block there by Sabrina on Kahleah Copper. Sabrina at the line, first free throw is too strong. Sabrina, a 90+% foul shooter, misses the first free throw. Second one is up, and she's short on the second one. Oh, so Sabrina misses 2 free throws in a row. And the third one, and she misses all 3 free throws. Oh my goodness, Sabrina. I've never seen her do that. 91% free throw shooter, and she missed all 3 free throws. Alyssa Thomas attacks Jonquel Jones, throws up the floater, misses. Sabrina chases down the long rebound. Sabrina comes off the screen. Sabrina right down the lane, fakes the pass, goes up, and she lays it in. So Sabrina getting right down the lane and finishing. I've never seen Sabrina miss 3 free throws in a row. That is the first time I've ever seen it. Satu gets downhill, gets blocked by Jonquel, and she snags it. Just snags it out the air. Sabrina with a bad pass, and Satu taps it out of bounds. She gotta remember, Stewie's, her knee is messed up. You can't be throwing those type of passes. She won't be able to jump up and get it. So it remains Liberty ball here. Ball into Stewie. Gets it over to Cloud. Cloud over to Sab. Sab wide open for 3. That looked short. Fight for the rebound, and the Mercury tap it out of bounds. So Liberty get another opportunity here. Liberty ball inbounding under their own basket here. Cloud to inbound. Cloud gets it into Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina with the crossover. Corner to Cloud. Cloud pump fakes for 3. Gets downhill. Throws it out to Jonquel. Jonquel for another 3. Oh, that's 2 threes for JJ. Top of the key cash. And it's 10-5 New York. I thought I heard a whistle, but it's so loud in there. Ball down to Mac. She can't control it. She pump fakes, tries to throw it out, gets it to Thomas. Back to Mac. Up top to Kahleah Copper. Over to Thomas. Thomas, handoff to Kahleah Copper. Mid-range is up, and she knocks it down. Kahleah Copper with the basket. 10-7 New York. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie to Cloud. Cloud comes off the screen, going to her left. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina, deep 3, and off. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas pushing in transition here. Thomas. Guarded by Stewie now. Looking for Satu. And gets the ball to Satu. Satu crossover on Leonie Fibic. Gets downhill. Throws up the layup. And draws the foul on Leonie Fibic. Satu at the line. First free throw is up and good. What's up, Ron? Salute. Vivian, let's go, Liberty. Let's go. The score is 10-8 right now. Satu at the line for a second free throw. Oh, my clock is way off. I guess I haven't been pressing play. It's 5:48 to go. Breanna Stewart goes to the bench. Emma Mieseman checks in, and Satu knocks down the second free throw. 10-9 is the score. Cloud with the ball. Gets it over to Sabrina. Back to Cloud. Over to Leonie Fibic. Down to Jonquel Jones. In the post against Kat Westbell. Goes across the lane. Layup is up. And JJ with the finish. So Jonquel up to 8 points. She has 2 threes already. Almost a steal here. Ball over to Westbeld. Back out to Sammy. Over to Thomas. Thomas. Up top to Satu. Satu pump fakes for 3. Satu on the drive. Gets downhill. Loses the ball and goes out of bounds. Ball in play here with Cloud. Cloud to Fibic. Back to Cloud. Cloud with the ball. Cloud crossover. Cloud shoots a contested 3 and she knocks it down. Natasha Cloud for 3. Nice crossover there into the 3. 15-9 New York. It's 4:44 to go. Next stoppage, I'll fix my clock. Sammy comes off the screen. She shoots a contested shot. Sabrina skies for the rebound. Yeah, Tudo. I've never seen that before. Sabrina with the ball. Gets it over to Mieseman. Mieseman on the drive. Tries to throw it out, and it's turned over. And Alyssa Thomas on the go. Goes up, throws it up, and misses the layup. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. First foul by Jonquel Jones. And we have a stoppage in play here. 4:23 to go. I'm going to fix my clock. 4:23 to go. Natasha Cloud knocks down the 3 on this highlight package they're showing here. Score is 15-9. New York on top. So we're in a timeout right now. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Salute, salute. Liberty on top right now. Ronci, Ionescu missing on purpose just to keep the game close? Nah, don't say that. Do not say that. Let's take a look at the box, or hopefully I have it loaded up. Yep, 15-9 is the score. 15-9 is the score. Satu Sabali with 2 points for the Mercury, 5 for Copper. She had the first 5 and 2 for Akol Makani. For New York, Phoebich with none, Stewie with none, 8 for Jonquel, 3 for Cloud, and 4 for Sabrina. She missed 3 free throws in a row. I've never seen that before. Crazy. Daniel, what's up? Do you know where I can buy a Sabrina jersey? Nah, man. I don't even think they have it in the Liberty store at the moment. Try Dick's Sporting Goods or something. Or check the New York Liberty store, but I think they're sold out on there. Sabrina's jerseys are a hot ticket. Right, we're in a timeout right now. We are in a timeout right now. 15-9 is the score. Energy in Barclays seems really high right now. It's nights like these, I wish I was there. I should have just went. Nah, I'd rather be on stream. All right, they're showing a replay of Breanna Stewart's injury. What's up, Sierra? Yeah, both are fun. In Barclays, though, I just be so nervous. Like I don't even pay attention to the entertainment. I just be focused on the court. Breanna Stewart has that brace on that left knee, and she has like some massage looking thing. Mads, the service in Barclays is terrible because, yeah, it's just terrible. The service in Barclays is so bad, especially when a lot of people get there. Oh, so I knew that was a 2. That 3-point shot by Kahleah Copper is changed to a 2 that she shot earlier in the game. So it's 14-8 is the score. So there were 2 threes that were overturned. One for the Liberty, one for the Mercury. And Alyssa Thomas hits the first free throw to put it back up to 9. And the second one, Alyssa Thomas knocks down both free throws. 14-10. Ball in play here with the Liberty. Sabrina with the ball. Gets the screen from Miesemann. Not really. Sammy stays with her. Miesemann with the ball. Hand off to Fiebig. Fiebig gets downhill. Throws up the floater from the foul line short. And Westbeld with the rebound. Over to Thomas. Thomas over to Copper. Copper gets the ball stripped away and stolen. And Cloud with the ball. Cloud over to Fiebig. Drops it off to Sabrina. Sabrina for three. That's off. It looked off. Tips it to Jonquel. Jonquel had a layup, but gets it to Miesemann. And Miesemann lays it in. So 16-10 is the score. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball, guarded by Sabrina. Sabrina, she's been good getting to the paint, but the three has been a little off and on so far. Bonner with the ball. Bonner over to Westbeld. Westbeld, guarded by Sabrina. Attacks Sabrina, spins, stops, falls away, and scores over Sabrina. Kat Westbeld with the basket. 16-12. Okay, priced out. I mean, if I wanted... I just paid for, went on the payment plan for the other tick. For the next season's tickets, as Miesemann knocks down to 2. So she saw one basket go in, and she's hit the last 2. I didn't want to pay for both next season tickets and the playoff tickets. Sabrina spins out to Whitcomb. You can't leave her open. Sammy Whitcomb wide open for 3. They have to do a better job of guarding that action. Natasha Cloud with the ball. Cloud over to Miesemann. Wide open. Baseline jump shot. Air ball on that one. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas on the run. To Copper. Goes up. Takes. And they call a foul. So Copper will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Copper at the line for 2 free throws. And she rattles in the first. So Phoenix getting to the line. What's up, Miracle? How's Stewie moving, Stu? She's on the bench right now, but she was moving okay as she possibly could, given the circumstances. She's just coming back into the game now. Copper at the line for the second free throw, and she knocks that one in as well. So it's 18-17. So Phoenix hanging around here, hanging right around. Cloud with the ball. Beck Gardner and Burke come in over to Cloud. Cloud off the screen from Stewie. Gets downhill over to Burke in the corner. Burke drives. Finds Beck Gardner up top. 8 seconds over to Burke. Burke back to Gardner. Gardner to a cutting Miesemann. Throws it up and gets fouled by Alyssa Thomas. And Miesemann will now go to the line for 2 free throws. Alyssa Thomas first foul. Yeah, Stewie has a lot of stuff on that knee. A lot of like technology stuff on her knee. What's up, Rob? Salute. So Miesemann at the line for the first free throw. And she misses. Liberty missing their free throws. Sabrina missed 3. Emma just missed this one. Batman, salute. What's going on the Twitch? Salute, salute. Miesemann second one, knocks down the second one. So New York 1 for 5 from the free throw line. They gotta knock down their free throws. They were number 1 in the league at just under 84% from the line during the regular season. So you gotta pick that back up. Copper, guarded by Cloud, gets it over to Bonner. Bonner pump fakes for 3. Crossover on Burke. Gets downhill, goes up, and lays it in on Burke. And ties the game at 19. 19-19. Cloud with the ball. Cloud comes off the screen. Finds Stewie. Stewie shoots a left elbow jump shot short. Rebound to Whitcomb. Whitcomb over to Thomas. Thomas on the attack. Spins. Goes up. Deflected and stolen by the Liberty. And gets it over to Cloud. Cloud on the attack. Cloud slows it down. Dribbles out. Finds Miesemann in the paint against Bonner. Goes up. Floater over her is good. Barbecue chicken down there for Emma Miesemann. Great minute so far. 7 points for Emma in her 4 minutes of play. Thomas with the ball. And they call a foul on Beck Gardner. They're showing some replays of the previous plays. Bonner's score and now Emma's score. They called the foul on Gardner there. Ball in play here. Ball in play. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Comes off the screen. And they call a blocking foul and 1. So Alyssa, they like running that screen for her in the middle of the paint. They can't call. Who do they? If they call it on Gardner, that should be on the floor. That should be on the floor if it's on Gardner. That shouldn't be a continuation. As she shoots the foul shot for the 3-point play and she knocks it down. She takes another dribble after the foul that they called a foul. Oh, what's happening here? Then the camera guy fell asleep here. Ball in play. The Phoenix Mercury up top, 22-21. Mieseman with the ball. Mieseman finds Burke in the paint against Bonner. He gets fouled from behind by Bonner, and Burke will go to the line for free throw. So a foul-filled first quarter. Ron C said superheroes in the Twitch chat. Just saw that comment. 22-21. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams in the foul bonus with 52 seconds to go. My clock. New York just missing free throw after free throw. Kennedy Burke just misses. Jeez. 1 for 6 from the line. I don't know what's going on. That's 5 points left on the line. Burke at the line. Second free throw is up and knocks it down. Ties the game at 22. Ball in play with Sammy Whitcomb. Guarded by Natasha Cloud as she crosses half court. Sammy Whitcomb at half court here. Sammy Whitcomb at the controls. Looking for the screen. They hedge out to Westbell. Westbell open for 3. Wide open for 3 and knocks it down. Kat Westbell with the 3. Mieseman over to Stewart. Stewie with the ball. Guarded by Satu. Stewie attacks Satu. Drives right by her. Gets up. Left hand layup. Misses. Mieseman fights for the rebound. Throws it out to Burke. Burke wide open for 3. Hey, KB. After shooting some air balls from 3 in the first game. Knocks that one down. 9 seconds to go. Whitcomb with the ball. Whitcomb drives. Steps back. Shoots over Mieseman. And misses. Burke with the rebound. And that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the first, 25-25. They got to communicate way better on when they're going to trap the ball handler. Because Kat Westbell was wide open for that one. All right, so we're going to the second quarter now. All right, let's take a look at this. 25-25. So after all those runs, it ends up a tied game at the end of the first quarter. Phoenix, you got Alyssa Thomas with 5 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. You got 2 for Satu Sabali, 6 for Copper, and 2 for Monica Komakani. Off the bench, their bench is giving them some good minutes. 5 points for Westbeld, 3 for Whitcomb, 2 for Bonner. New York, for Phoebich, yet to score. None for Stewart either. 7 for Jonquel, 3 for Tosh Cloud, 4 for Sabrina. Mieseman off the bench, good minutes, 7 points, and 4 for Kennedy Burke. Liberty, the Achilles heel right now is the free throws. They're 2 for 7 from the free throw line. The Phoenix Mercury are 7 for 7. So that's an area they need to clean up. You're home. It should be easy to shoot free throws when you're home. Empire, salute, salute. Another day at the dentist. Listen, man. Gotta take care of those teeth. Yeah, Vivian, 5 missed free throws, 3 from Sabrina in a row. That still shocked me. Hey, just chill, just chill out, chill, bro. Kahleah said, I think both teams look sluggish at the start due to the travel from the West Coast. That could be a possibility, but never know. Never know. Salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I understand, man, but that's the pros and the cons, the highs and the lows of sports betting, my friend. 25-25 is the score. We're getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Salute to everybody tuning in. We're doing a doubleheader tonight. So right after this one, once I end this stream, it should redirect you right to the other stream I have up for the Minnesota Valkyries game. Yeah, Lynx Valkyries game, I should say. So make sure you stay tuned. Grab your snacks, your drinks, your Red Bull, coffee, whatever you need to stay up. We'll see if the Valkyries can keep their season alive. My boy crashing out over here. I'm still in the commercial break right now. Still in the commercial break. You're not missing anything. Still in the commercial break. You probably had like what do you had, like first half total points, first quarter total points or something? I mean, 50 should be it, or over. I don't know what it could be that's cooked in the first quarter. All right, broadcast is coming back now. Finally, Phoenix will start the second half with the ball. I mean, the second quarter with the ball. Oh, win the first quarter and they ended with a tie. That's brutal. Okolo Makani with the ball to start the second quarter. Ball gets tipped and almost stolen, but it goes out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. So Okolo Makani to inbound here. Sammy Whitcomb to the bench. Kahleah Copper will check back in. Rebecca Gardner will go out and Leonie Fibich will check back in. That's interesting. 11 seconds into the quarter. Ball into Kahleah Copper under the basket. Backs down, shoots over Fibich, tries to go glass and misses. Fibich, good defense and good rebound. Now Alyssa Thomas about to check back in. At the next dead ball, Sabrina over to Fibich. Finds Mieseman. Mieseman, top of the key, looking for Sabrina. Hands it off to Sabrina. 10 on the shot clock. Sabrina off the screen, finds Mieseman on the short roll. Mieseman down the lane, throws up the floater, misses. Kennedy Burke fight for the rebound, can't get it. Bonner gets the rebound. Ball over to Bonner. Over to Satu, guarded by Breanna Stewart. Stewart on the drive. Stewart to the basket, double clutches, and scores. New York has to do a better job fighting over those screens. You know, Stewie's not 100%, so she is a little slow of foot. Finds Stewie on the short roll. Ball gets stripped away and stolen by the Mercury. Ball over to Bonner. Bonner, transition three is off. Okolo Makani gets the rebound. Resets back up top to Satu. They want to run the same play again. Ball over to Sato. She gets downhill, goes up. Same play and same finish. So 29-25. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie back to Sabrina. Right side of the floor. Sabrina comes off the screen. Sabrina over to Mieseman. Corner to Fibich. Fibich for three. That looks off. It is off. Fight for the rebound. It gets tipped right to Stewart. Stewart goes up. Left hand layup is up and good. So fortuitous bounce goes right to Breanna Stewart, and she lays it in. That's her first basket of the game, first points of the game. They're going to run the same play again. Satu shoots a contested 3 this time, and now she's feeling it. She hit 2 layups and now knocks down the 3. Sabrina with the ball, and they're going to call a timeout. So after Satu's horrible game 1, she scores, I think that's 7 straight points here. So they're going to a timeout right there. Satu walks up the court and then shoots a 3 right over Stewie and knocks it down. All right, so we have another timeout here. Mercury up 32-27. Satu Sabali with 7 of her 9 points in that one. The Liberty won game 1. Yeah, they're setting a screen on Stewie, and then it's usually the person Sabrina's guarding, and then Satu's just going right to the cup there. So they have to figure something out. They're running the same play over and over, so you gotta figure out a way to stop it. Whether you're gonna fight over that screen or you're gonna switch completely. So Phoenix outscoring them 7-2, courtesy of Satu Sabali in this quarter. Alyssa with 5, 9 for Satu, 6 for Kahleah Copper, 2 for Kahleah Makani. Off the bench, you got 5 from Westbell, 2 from Bonner, and 3 from Whitcomb. They're shooting 50% from the field, 3 for 8, 37% from the 3-point line. For New York, you got Phoebich yet to score, 2 for Stewart, 7 for Jones, 3 for Cloud, and 4 for Ionescu. Off the bench, Mieseman with 7, and Kennedy Burke with 4. Liberty shooting 50% from the field, the same 37.5% from 3. So both teams shooting the same thing. It's just the free throws are the difference. New York 2 for 7 from the line, and Phoenix is 7 for 7. That's crazy. They're shooting the same amount of made shots and missed shots, or shots attempted, I should say, and the same amount of threes made and attempted. So if you're into the betting, as some of y'all are, Mercury are now 1.5-point favorites. New York opened the game at 4.5-point favorites. The total points has shot up to over 171.5. All right, game broadcast coming back on here. In game 1, Phoenix had their second lowest field goal percentage of the season. They shot like 33%. They're showing a Satu Sabali highlight package here. Her just going to the basket, All right, so Liberty, after that timeout, they get the ball in play here with Leonie Phoebich. Gets it over to John Quell, who's checked back in. Somebody's open. Kahleah Copper had fallen on the floor. They don't get it to the open player. Ball bobbling around a lot here. Sabrina up top to Phoebich. Phoebich over to Burke. Burke has to shoot the 3. Short. And Nicole McConney gets the rebound. That possession looked a little shaky there. Nicole McConney with the ball. Gets it over to Bonner. So everybody, they're just going to keep attacking Stewie here. Gets cut off. Bonner loses the ball almost. Gets it over to Satu with 5 on the clock. Satu gets it down to Copper. Copper on the attack. Attacks Sabrina and scores. So they're just mismatch hunting here, and it's working out really well for the Mercury. 34-27. Sabrina with the ball. Goes up, gets fouled on the shot, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So Sabrina will go to the line. Hopefully she can knock down these free throws now. New York getting outscored 9-2 in the quarter. Sabrina at the line. Free throw is up. And she misses again. Sabrina 0 for 4 from the line. Sabrina 0 for 4 from the line. And she makes the second one. I don't know what's going on with Sab tonight. 34-28. 1 for 5 from the line tonight for Sabrina from the line. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Alyssa Thomas on the attack. Sabrina just needs to sit there and take the charge. She's trying to body her up. If she's going to barrel into you, just take the charge. But she shot was missed, and they call a foul there by Kahleah Copper pulling the arm there. I think that's what they said. That was Kahleah Copper. So Sammy Whitcomb checks back in. 34-28. Ball in play to Sabrina. Sabrina comes off the screen. Out to Jonquel. Jonquel. Hand off to Cloud. Cloud gets downhill. Gets it out to Phoebich. Phoebich against Satu. Phoebich into the paint. Shoots the fall away. Off balance. Jonquel rebound. Goes back up. Misses again. Gets the rebound again. And can't secure it. Now Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Alyssa Thomas off to Bonner. Bonner with the ball. Bonner crossover over to Thomas. Gets it over and stolen by Phoebich. Phoebich one-on-one with Satu. Skips through the lane and gets fouled there by Satu Sabali. And Phoebich will go to the line for 2 free throws. The two Germans going at each other there. So they're 3 for 9 from the line tonight. And Phoebich knocks down the first free throw. So Phoebich at the line for the second free throw. Leonie Phoebich, it's up, and she knocks it in. So 34-30, 4-point game. 4-point game. Sammy gets it over to Satu. Gets it over to Thomas. Looking for Kahleah. Gets it back to Satu. Satu comes off the screen, gets downhill, goes up, can't make it, gets her own rebound, gets fouled, and won. So she gets her own rebound and goes back up, gets fouled by Jonquel Jones. Natasha Cloud backing all the way up, but nobody there to help on the rebounding. So Satu Sabali going to the line for the 3-point play. Uh, 11 points for Satu for the 3-point play, and she knocks it down. That was 37-30. Satu with 10 points in the quarter, 10 of her 12 points. Cloud with the ball. Cloud calls for the screen from Jonquel. Comes off the screen, going to her left. Cloud is dribbling, finds Leo in the corner, down to Jonquel. Jonquel over to Kennedy, up top to Sabrina. Sabrina on the attack. Stops, fall away jump shot, short. Fight for the rebound. Phoebich saves it to Burke. Burke throws it, and Sammy steps right in front and gets the steal. Satu finds Bonner. Bonner layup is good. 9-point game here. Sabrina with the ball. Comes off the screen. Finds Leo under the basket. Leo goes up. Left-hand layup. Can't get it. And Bonner with the rebound. New York just missing easy baskets now. Not taking care of the ball. Mercury with the ball. Oh, and they let Alyssa Thomas go all the way to the paint and score. New York needs a timeout. 41-30. They're turning up their defensive intensity, and New York cannot withstand it right now. 4:46 to go. It's an 11-point lead. Liberty getting outscored 16-5 in the quarter. Yikes. I mean, it's to be expected. The desperate team fighting hard here to keep their season alive. 41-30, getting outscored 16-5. New York just can't, if it ain't free throws, New York can't score at the moment. Alyssa Thomas with 7 points, 4 rebounds. You got 12 for Satu Sabali on 4 of 6 shooting. Natasha Mack yet to score. 8 for Copper, 2 for Akoa Makani. Bonner with 4, West Bell with 5, and Whitcomb with 3. They're shooting 53% from the field. For New York, Leonie Fibich with 2. You got 2 for Stewie, 7 for Jonquel, 5 for Sabrina, and 3 for Cloud. Off the bench, 7 for Mieseman and 4 for Burke. They're shooting 40% from the field, 33% from 3, and they're 5 for 11 from the free throw line. Have to turn up the D. They have to turn up the intensity here. Phoenix is outworking them, out-bullying them, beating them to the spot, rotating hard. So New York has to clean some things up here to end this second quarter. It's still early, but they have to start working on cleaning some things up. Julia said those missed free throws in the first quarter are going to cost. Yeah, it could possibly. It could possibly. Phoenix is being the aggressor here. Rotating, over-rotating. New York is not finding the easy pass here. Taking some tough contested shots. Missed a couple bunnies there at the rim. So they have to lock in on the basics and communicate on defense as well. All right, broadcast coming back here. Broadcast coming back. They're showing a replay of the last couple plays here. All right, so it is Liberty ball here. Let's see how they respond out of this timeout. Ball in play here with the Liberty. Breanna Stewart has checked back in. So they have the starters in the game right now. Over to Leonie Fibich. Fibich gets it over to Stewart. Stewart with the ball. Top of the key here. Breanna Stewart, nowhere to go. Gets it over to Sabrina. Knocks it off her leg and picks it up. And they say it's a backcourt violation. So a turnover off of that. Off the timeout. Ball in play here with the Mercury. They said Sabrina never missed more than 2 free throws in a game in her career, and she's missed 4 tonight. Kahleah Copper with the ball. Mid-range jump shot is up and good. 13-point game here, 43-30. Ball over to Stewie. Stewie with the ball. They trap Stewie. And Jonquel Jones is on the floor here. And they call a foul eventually. Nope, Stewie's getting double teamed. Nobody comes over to help. Yeah, see, I would have been pissed off if I was there right now. New York is 1 for 8 in the quarter. Ball into Cloud. Cloud with the ball. Cloud. Need her to come alive. Gets it over to Sabrina. Sabrina with 5 on the clock. Loses the ball behind her back. Sabrina having a stinker. And the ball gets thrown to Alyssa Thomas, who gets behind the defense, gets fouled. Oh, she doesn't get fouled and scores. It's all Mercury right here. New York just out of sorts. An 11-0 run right now. Natasha Cloud walks into a 3 short. Bonner with the rebound. It's New York looking terrible. Copper down the lane attacks, and they call a foul on Breanna Stewart. 15-point lead. And Phoenix has absolutely sucked the energy out of this building here. Sandy got to try something else because whatever is happening now is not working. 15-point lead. Copper hits the first free throw. (46-30). 46-30. Copper knocks down the second. 47-30. New York has only scored 5 points in this quarter. 1 for 9 in the quarter here. Cloud off the screen, almost loses the ball, recovers it. Up top to Stewie. Stewie, corner to Jonquel. Jonquel in the corner. Hand off to to Sabrina. Corner to Stewie. Stewie tries to drive baseline, falling down. Almost a turnover. Cloud saves it. Cloud for 3. They need it. Can't get it. And then Mercury with the ball. Thomas down the lane. Gets through 2 defenders and scores. And another timeout called by Sandy Brondello. 15-0 run. 49-30. New York can't do anything right now. New York struggling. Absolutely have fallen apart here. That escalated quickly. You are right, Julia. That escalated quickly. (24-5) in the quarter. They're being outscored 24-5 in the quarter. Wow. Well, it's looking right now it's going to a game 3 back on Friday back in Phoenix. Because New York down 19 before halftime. It's funny. It's always a quarter where the Liberty just cannot score the basketball. It happened during the regular season, and now it's rearing its head now. Their big 3, Copper, Sobley, and Thomas, all in double figures right now. Broadcast is back on now. Ball in play here with Sabrina. She's been a little off in the second quarter, just losing the ball. Decision making's been a little off. Mieseman has checked in, finds Phoebich. Phoebich with the ball over to Sabrina. Sabrina off the screen. Sabrina for 3. Air ball. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Sabrina 5 points, 2 for 8. They call a foul against. Listen, Sandy might have to reach into, try reach to Marine. You might need a spark or something. I don't know, because what you have out there is not working. Ball in play here with Copper, guarded by Cloud. Hand off to Bonner, up top to Thomas. Lob up to Bonner. Bonner too far under the basket and hits the bottom of the backboard. Over to Mieseman, over to Sabrina. 19-point deficit. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel attack and gets the ball stolen from behind by Whitcomb. Yo, this is insane. And Satu was on the floor. It was a loose ball. They call a tech on Phoenix. I think Satu calls a tech. The ball was loose on the floor. Her and Natasha were on the floor diving for it. Coach calls a timeout. So they're going to go to a commercial again here. But there was a tech hold on Satu Sabali. Yeah, this is not ideal. Not ideal. 49-30. Liberty have scored only 5 points in this quarter. Phoenix has scored 24. What can you say? What can you say? Sab just out there stinking it up. This is when this is when Coach Brondello has to take her out and try to put Izzy in, put Marine in, put somebody in. You can't keep saying just keep shooting, it'll fall eventually. They look out of it. They're being outscored 10 to 15 field goals. They're 10 for 15 in the quarter. New York is 1 for 11 in the quarter with 5 turnovers. So Sabrina, who's missed multiple free throws tonight, is at the line for the technical free throw. And she makes that one. So the Liberty finally put a point on the board for the first time in like what feels like 8 minutes. So it's still Phoenix ball. They did get that timeout off. Ball in play to Alyssa Thomas. Thomas with the ball. Thomas dribbling at the 3-point line. They go to set that screen again. Alyssa Thomas into the paint, gets blocked. And rebound by Sabrina. Let's see if they can capitalize on this end. Sabrina with the ball. Picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Miesemann. Back over to Sabrina. Sabrina dribbling. Fakes the shot. Gets it over to Miesemann. Hand off to Fibic. Fibic over to Sabrina. Everybody looks scared to shoot. Sabrina, deep three, and she buries it. We'll take it. Sabrina from a deep three. And a foul there by Natasha Cloud on the outlet pass. They call it, that was the third foul on Natasha Cloud. Both teams in the bonus now. I didn't even see the play. The camera wasn't even by it. Now they're gonna show the replay. Did she even touch her? Ball is in play with Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas gets it out to Whitcomb. Whitcomb. Oh, Sabrina ends up falling down over to Thomas. Thomas, that little push shot is up and good. I don't know what happened to Sabrina. She ends up falling down. And it's 51-34. Cloud off the screen. Still with it. Gets it over to Sabrina. Sabrina comes back to the left side. Fakes to going over the screen. Throws up the floater. Bounces around. Bonner with the rebound. Goes off of Bonner, I thought. And it stays with the Liberty. Cloud to inbound here. Under their basket. Gets it over to Sabrina. Sabrina off the catch for three. Air ball. Goes out of bounds and it stays with the Liberty. 51-34 with 38 seconds to go here. Miesemann to inbound. Gets it over to John Quell. Over to Cloud. Finds Miesemann. Middle of the floor. Stops. Throws up the hook shot. Too strong. Bonner with the rebound. I mean, she probably does, but her baby sister hasn't even played a minute. Alyssa Thomas at half court, 20 seconds to go. This quarter has been one to forget for the Liberty. Attacks Sabrina. Out to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, top of the key. Three. Too strong. Miesemann with the rebound. 10 seconds to go. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina, middle of the floor. Goes over to Cloud in the corner. Cloud, corner three. They need it. And Cloud hits the corner three. Bonner to inbound. Gets it to Thomas. And Thomas from 3/4 court, and it's off. And that's how the quarter mercifully ends. So at the end of the first half, Mercury 51, Liberty 37. It looks a little bit better. They're being outscored like 23-5, 25-5. And they finished 26-12. So at halftime, 51-37. We'll get ready for the third quarter, and then we'll take a look at stuff at halftime. I guess coach is hoping that Sabrina will shoot her way back into it, but she's missed free throws. She's been airballing threes. Give her a little time on the bench to calm down and reassess, and then come back for it. But I'm not the coach. Let's get the timer ready for halftime. 15 minutes for halftime starts now. 15 minutes for halftime. Jeez. 51-37. That was a tough quarter to even watch. 25-25 in the first, 26-12 in the second. Now, at one point, they had 5 points in the quarter. Thankfully, Sabrina hit a three, and we got a free throw and things like that. But that was tough to watch. For Phoenix, you have Alyssa Thomas, played 17 minutes, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Excuse me. Satu Sabli had 10 of her 12 points in the second quarter. She has 12. Natasha Mack with none. She barely played. 12 for Kahleah Copper on 4 of 7 shooting. They didn't get her into foul trouble today. And 2 for Monica Cole Makani with 3 fouls. Dewana Bonner with 4. Whitcomb with 3. West Bell with 5. They're shooting 52% from the field, 27% from 3. And they've made all 10 of their free throws. And they only have 3 turnovers as a team. For New York, Leonie Fibich with 2 points, 0 for 4 from the field. 2 for Breanna Stewart. 7 for Jonquel Jones with 5 rebounds. We need her to do a little bit more. She started off hot, hasn't really done anything since. 9 for Sabrina. She's taken the most shots by a wide margin. 3 for 11. She's 1 for 6 from 3. 2 for 6 from the line. The shooting just hasn't been there this evening. Natasha Cloud with 6 points. We needed to turn it to Natasha Cloud that played down in Phoenix if we want to win this game. Emma Mieseman, 10 minutes, 7 points. Kennedy Burke with 4. Beck Gardner played like 2 minutes. She got 2 fouls in 2 minutes. No points. They're shooting 37% from the field, 33% from 3, 50% from the line. And they have 8 turnovers. So it's been a little rough here. A little is an understatement. It's been rough here for the New York Liberty. Phoenix turned up the intensity in that second quarter, and the Liberty just fell apart. Albert said New York is playing like they're drunk. It's funny because we saw these type of things happen during the season as well. We saw them have quarters where they just struggle to put the ball in the basket. They can't do anything in a quarter. And it doesn't make any sense. And it's been like that all season. And it just happened to have reared its head in the playoffs now. Chemo said if they repeat a quarter like this, the game is done. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's take a look at the upcoming game. So we have a game between the Minnesota Lynx and the Golden State Valkyries. That game is taking place at the SAP Center in San Jose, which is in the Bay Area. I guess the South Bay. I'm not familiar with how that stuff works out there. Haven't been. Minnesota versus Golden State. Minnesota won game 1 of the series in Minnesota. Beat up the Valkyries pretty bad in that one. Valkyries looking to even up the series tonight. It's a win or go home for the Valkyries. They lose their season. Their inaugural season is over. It's been better than they've expected. They made the playoffs in their first season, the first team in history to do that in their first season. So we'll see the energy that they come out with tonight. All right, tomorrow we have 2 game 3s, win or go home series. The Fever and the Dream play at 7:30 on ESPN2 tomorrow, and Seattle and Vegas play at 9:30 p.m. on ESPN2 tomorrow. Both games yesterday, the home team won, so it forces a game 3. I will be on live for both of those games. So make sure you're subscribed and those noti bells are on so you get notified when I go live. All right, and they haven't decided yet, but if the deficit remains the same here, the Liberty will be playing in Phoenix on Friday for Game 3. Time yet to be decided. If Golden State happens to beat Minnesota tonight, that game will be on Friday as well, that Game 3 back in Minnesota. All right, so those are the games that are upcoming. We'll see if they are necessary. Right? 51-37 is the score. 51-37. It could be worse. It could have been worse. They were down 19. So this is a win here for the Liberty in the grand scheme of things. Less points to try and come back for in the second half. But they're gonna have to play near flawless basketball in the second half. Hopefully Breanna Stewart can give them a little something, rejuvenate them. Because they're gonna need it if they want to win in this second half. Alrighty. Some news was released earlier today. I was gonna save it for the second stream, but I figured I might as well put it up now. So, oh, I just lost it. Remember all the awards are being released this week. Not this week. Awards started getting released this week. They already released 3 of them. So we'll see who wins the others. They announced the coach of the year for this season. Robert, appreciate that, my friend. Coach Natalie Nakase wins the 2025 Coach of the Year. So salute to Coach. Her first year as a head coach, she was served as an assistant under Becky Hammon during those championship runs down in Las Vegas. She gets the head coaching job with the Valkyries. It leads them to the 8th seed of the playoffs, over 500 record. So she won. I think she got about 53 votes. Carl Smesko came in second with 15 of the votes. I think Cheryl Reeve and Becky Hammond got 1 or 2 votes each. So salute to Coach Nakase. Salute to Coach Nakase with getting this award. Big accomplishment for her. All right, let me see if I have. Oh, that's the bracket. So this is the bracket right now for those who are new to the W. This first round is a best of 3. So these 2 games at the bottom, the 2-7 matchup and the 3-6 matchup, both series are tied at 1 game apiece. The winner of game 3, the winners of these 2 game 3s will face off in the semifinals, which is a best of 5. So the first to 3 wins in the semifinals will move on to the finals. And then we'll see what happens with these matchups on the upper half of the bracket. Alrighty. What else can we talk about here? I did have some things, if I can find it. Here we go. So for those who missed the schedule of the way the awards will be getting released. So today is, what's today? Wednesday, September 17th. They released the Coach of the Year award. Tomorrow they'll be releasing the Defensive Player of the Year award. On Friday they'll announce the 5 finalists for the MVP. On Saturday they'll announce the 6th Player of the Year. On Sunday they will announce the MVP. And on Monday they'll announce the Sportsmanship Award, the Kim Parrott Sportsmanship Award. They'll announce the Executive of the Year on the 23rd. Then we'll have a break until the 29th when they announce the All-Rookie team. And then the first, they'll announce the All-Defensive first team and second teams. The second, the Business Executive Leadership Award presented by Deloitte. That's interesting. I don't remember that one being an award in the past. And then on the 7th, the All WNBA first and second teams. They already released Rookie of the Year. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I don't know why they still have TBD there. All right, 51-37 is the score. 51-37. Liberty really just have to fight back. in comparison to Phoenix, they don't have a lot of those gritty players like a Kahleah Copper and Alyssa Thomas, a Cole McConney gritty as well. Satu can be a little gritty. New York doesn't have a lot of those type of players. Natasha Cloud is one. I wouldn't call Jonquel Jones a gritty player. Stewie's more finesse than gritty. Sabrina's not really gritty either. So when the other team starts bringing defensive pressure and starts getting a little bit more physical, New York has to be able to respond. But Phoenix, they just got to continue doing what they're doing, running their offense, running that same pick and roll, because that little big pick and roll, they're setting a screen middle of the floor for Alyssa Thomas to get downhill because the Liberty are playing so far off of her, and she's getting a head of steam going to the basket. Sabrina, I've seen a couple of times where Sabrina could have just stayed still and took a charge, but she's trying to fight force with force, and I don't think that's the recipe for success there. But I guess that's how they're being coached to guard that. Dutch Bieber, salute for the sub. Appreciate you. Salute.
Let's go.
Because I feel sick to my stomach. Yeah, I was nervous, but listen, at the end of the day, they gonna do what they gonna do. I could just cheer as hard as I can and hope for the best. It's out of my control. Phoebus can be gritty, yeah, but sometimes she could be a little passive as well. That's the only thing. On the Twitch said, what am I watching it? I'm watching it on ESPN. The game is on ESPN. Game is on ESPN. Sierra said Phoebus and Jackie Young are very similar. I think Jackie can be a little bit more physical. She's a little, she's willing to get into the paint and bump around a bit. Phoebus, not she does have muscle definition, but I wouldn't consider her like a strong player, especially when going to the basket. She's 6'4", so she's long and rangy enough to guard people on the perimeter, but down low against like a person like Jackie Young, as we saw yesterday, she was getting into the paint, taking some bumps, hanging in the air and hitting. So I mean, they're two different body types, two different skill sets, but I do understand the muscular definition on both of them. It can be a comparison. All right, we're still waiting for halftime to be over. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We should have about 2.5 minutes until halftime is over. See if the Liberty can turn things around and make this an interesting game. When we saw Seattle come back from 14 down yesterday. So let's see if the Liberty can do the same. So the Liberty are basically just cutting off driving lanes in the paint. And the Liberty are just playing on the perimeter, trying to pass on the perimeter. They're not really using the screens as well as I think they should. They're letting the Phoenix defenders be able to fight over the screens, which defeats the purpose of the screen. So I'll see what adjustments they make in the second half. The first couple minutes will let us know how this game will end. Because if Phoenix just comes back out and continues to do what they were doing in that second quarter, might as well just gas up the jet and get ready to go to Phoenix. Sandy Brondello is not going to go deeper in her bench. Still has Niara there, Isabel, and Maureen Johannes. Let me hear what Coach Tibbetts is talking about. He's imploring his team to rebound. And right, so halftime is coming to an end here. Halftime is coming to an end. Hey, Mini Man. Salute. Yeah, Liberty getting smacked up right now, but thanks for joining. So you got 14 from Thomas. No, 13 from Thomas, 12 from Copper, 12 from Sabali. Last game they had 15 and 9 for Satu and for Kahleah and Satu the whole game. So they're already close to Satu's already passed her game 1 total, and Kahleah's right there. Grant on the Twitch, salute. What's going on? Hope all is well. Oh, sorry, I just went quiet there. I was watching the little highlight package of all those turnovers by New York. All right, third quarter getting ready to start. Phoenix is 10-0 when leading by 10 or more points at halftime. And this is the largest deficit at home, largest deficit, halftime deficit at home this season. Alyssa Thomas gets it down to Copper. Copper on the attack. Spins right into Jones. And they call a pushing foul on Jonquel. That's her third foul. Full Metal was good. Salute, salute. Yeah, it is pretty rough. Liberty had a stinker of a quarter. Ball over to Alyssa Thomas. Guarded by Jonquel with 7 on the clock. Gets into the paint, throws up the floater, and Jonquel with the rebound. Good defense by Tosh Cloud. Just stayed still and put her hands up. Sabrina crosses half court. Comes off the screen from McCall McConney. Gets it over to Cloud. And they call a foul by Mac away from the ball. What's the bench points for the Liberty? It's not a lot. It's 11 points, 7 from Mieseman and 4 from Kennedy Burke. Sabrina trying to get it in, gets it into Natasha Cloud. Cloud with the ball. Cloud over to Jonquel. Jonquel for 3, off. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas with the ball. Thomas pushing in transition. Thomas with the ball guarded by Stewie. Over to Satu. Satu comes off the screen. Satu down the hill, throws up the layup, misses. Fight for the rebound. Jonquel gets the rebound. Over to Stewie. Stewie on the run here. Stewie just played 12 minutes in that first half. Out to Jonquel. Jonquel over to Phoebich. Nowhere to go. Everybody looks confused, congested, and a travel there by Leonie Phoebich. Ball in play here with Phoenix. Nicole McConney with the ball. Comes off the screen. Nicole McConney gets downhill. Drops it off to Mac. Mac baseline jump shot is up and good. 53-37. So simple offense there for the Mercury. Just run a simple screen and roll. Pass to the baseline. Jump shot. Cloud with the ball. Cloud comes off the screen from Copper. Tries to spin back. Cloud gets downhill. Spins. Throws up the floater. Off the glass. Can't get it. Mac tips it to Thomas. Gets it over to Satu. Satu with the ball. Comes off the screen. Steps back for 3. In and out. Rebound to Jones. Liberty yet to score in the quarter. Sabrina with the ball. Comes off the screen. Goes behind the back. Gets it over to Jonquel. Jonquel pump fakes for 3. Over to Phoebich. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina steps up. Sabrina for 3. Oh, in and out. Rebound to Copper. 5 for 17 from 3. And Sabrina's 1 for 7. Nicole McConney with the ball. Comes off the screen. Nicole McConney to Thomas. Left elbow push shot is up. Bounces around. Misses. And Jonquel with the rebound. New York getting some stops, but they just can't put the ball in the basket. Sabrina with it. Everybody just standing around. Sabrina on the drive. Gets cut off. Up top to Cloud. Down to John Qual. John Qual goes up over Mac. Terrible shot. Good defense by Mac. And Alyssa Thomas gets downhill. Over to Mac. Mac traveled. And Liberty get the ball. Liberty can't. They can't score. They cannot score. Ball in play here with Tosh Cloud. Phoenix 1 for 6 in the quarter. New York 0 for 4. Over to Phoebus. Back to Cloud. Cloud on the drive. Over to John Quell. Corner 3. In and out. The ball's just rattling in and out. They can't buy a basket here. Satu with the ball. Gets it over to Okoa Makani at half court. 13 on the clock. Crosses over. Sabrina fighting over it. Gets it over to Thomas. Back cut for Copper. Layup is good. 55-37. So that it's gone right back up. Finds Stewie on the roll. Ball gets tipped away and turned over again. 10 turnovers for New York. Thomas down the lane. Attacks Cloud and scores. 20-point game. Largest lead of the game. They just cannot put the ball in the basket. I don't know what to say, y'all. 57-37. 57-37. So they were getting stops. They couldn't score on the other end. Now Phoenix has scored 6 in the quarter. It's a 20-point game. I don't know what to say. 57-37 is the score here. Mac, Copper, and Thomas with the scores in this quarter. I mean, Sandy not playing the bench, so only person she's played is Meesman, Burke, and Gardner. Oh yeah, let me end the poll. Look at it, the poll's so wrong tonight. 72% say Liberty. Thanks for the reminder, Sierra. I don't know what to say. 57-37. Liberty. The schemes are just not scheming, man. The schemes are just not scheming. They haven't scored a field goal in what feels like forever. But that Sabrina 3 at the close to the end of the third. It's been 4 minutes in the third quarter now, and they have not scored. $20-point deficit here. Largest lead of the game for the Mercury. All right, let's look at their box score because they're still in commercial here. New York 5 for 18 from 3. 6 for 12 from the line. They're shooting 32% from the field. 10 turnovers compared to 4 turnovers for the Mercury. 50% from the field. And they're 10 for 10 from the line. I'm glad I didn't pay for this ticket. I'll tell you that much. 20-point deficit here. 20-point deficit. They're talking about Alyssa Thomas, her injury history. She tore her right labrum in 2015, tore her left labrum in 2017. And that's why her shot is the way it is. She elected not to get surgery on either of them. 57-37, ball inbound with the Liberty. Let's see what they can cook up out of this timeout. Have to get the ball across half court. Almost as a 8-second violation. They're just playing full court defense and a foul there by Kahleah Copper. They can't even get the ball across half court. It's crazy, man. Ball in play. Liberty get it into Sabrina. Phoenix has just literally turned up the defensive intensity. Finds Jonquel Jones on the roll, goes up, hangs, and she smokes the layup. Oh my gosh. Yo, you gotta be kidding me, bro. When it rains, it pours, but she gets fouled on the rebound. Wide open layup, and she misses it. Sabrina the inbound over to Stewie. Stewie in the post against Alyssa Thomas. Gets into the paint, throws up the right hand hug, bounces around, and rolls off. Oh man, this is crazy, bro. Cole McConney on the tag, gets all the way downhill, throws up the layup and misses. Jonquel with the rebound. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina out to Natasha, left side to Jonquel, corner to Phoebich. Phoebich comes off the screen, over to Tosh, over to Phoebich. Phoebich wide open for three. They need it, and it goes in and out again. Fight for the rebound. Stewie gets it, gets fouled on the reaching, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws, though. New York, it's been almost 5 minutes in the quarter, and they have not scored. Breanna Stewart at the line. Free throw is up. And finally, the Liberty put a point on the board here in the third quarter. And Stewie hits the second free throw. New York finally get their first 2 points of the quarter. Ball over to Thomas. Thomas on the drive. Thomas finds Mac. Mac on the baseline. Shot is good. They can't stop a cold right now. Back to a 20-point lead. Ball over to Jonquel. Jonquel into the paint. Goes up. Gets ball stripped. She's on the floor. And it's a jump ball. And Alyssa Thomas is on the floor holding her right knee, but she gets up. Oh, Jones was falling down and almost sat on Alyssa Thomas' right knee, but she seems to be okay. I'm so glad I didn't go to this game. I would have been crashing out. So they're trying to, it's a jump ball here. They're trying to fix the clock. They said the shot clock's being reset to 13. 4:41 to go in the quarter. Jump ball is won by the Mercury, and Cole McConney runs out, goes up, layup is good. Wow. On a jump ball on the other side of the court, one catch and pass to a layup. Mieseman gets downhill, and I don't know if she got blocked or loses the ball. Out to Satu Sabali. Satu gets the ball. Satu for three, way off. Jonquel with the rebound. Jonquel dribbles up court. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina over to Jonquel. Jonquel down the Mieseman, reverse layup. Oh my gosh. She misses, gets her rebound, and gets fouled. You gotta be absolutely kidding me, bro. We're just missing layup after layup under the basket. Sabrina, yeah, she's just out there doing nothing. Just send it to the bench, bro. 61-39. We have 3 points in the quarter. Liberty luckily in the bonus, so they're going to shoot free throws. Mieseman knocks down the first. Man, I'll be tight if I pay for them courtside seats tonight. I'll tell you that. I see all them fans in courtside. They look a little, well, one lady laughing, but everybody else just straight faced. Mieseman at the line for the second free throw. Cool. Knocks down the second. Back to a 20-point deficit. Alyssa Thomas at the ball, guarded by Taj Cloud. Crossover on Taj Cloud. Gets downhill. Throws up the push shot. Too strong. Jonquel with the rebound. Jonquel with the ball. Gets it up top to Taj Cloud. Gets it over to Mieseman. Hand off to Cloud. Over to Rebecca Gardner. Corner three for Beck. Off. Three's just not falling for the Liberty. (27.5% from the floor. Westbell, corner three, off. Rebound to Jonquel. Oh my goodness, they almost turn it over. Jonquel and Natasha, but Natasha gets it, gets downhill, goes up for the layup, and gets fouled. They just look confused. They're going to check Stewie back in. So Cloud at the line, first free throw. This is the only way we can score, y'all. Shooting free throw. She hits the first. Stewart checks back in. I used to hate when Ellie was trying to dance when we were getting killed. I'm like, yo, Ellie, just go sit on the sideline. But I get she got a job to do, but damn. I ain't trying to dance. I'm scared to death out here. If you know where that's from. As she hits the second. Ball inbound. Westball gets it to Whitcomb, who gets it to Okoa Makani. Liberty, 18-point deficit here. Ball over to Thomas. Gets it to Okoa Makani. Okoa Makani, baseline jump shot is good. It's simple offense, y'all. Like simple offense. One pass, go to the baseline. Cash. Mieseman with the ball. Oh, fakes the pass. Up top to Cloud. Cloud off the screen. Cloud. Up top to Mieseman. Mieseman pump fakes for three. Tries to get it to Burke, and it's a turnover. Thomas on the run. No look to Bonner. Bonner goes up. Layup is good. Ball to Burke. Burke gets into the paint and loses the ball and out of bounds. Turnover again. Yo, this is hilarious, bro. This is absolutely hilarious. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. 65-43. Yeah, so much for the chip on their shoulder. They look terrible. Thomas with the ball. Goes corner to Westbeld. Westbeld attacks Mieseman and back out to Thomas. Thomas over to Bonner in the left corner. Bonner pump fakes, step through move, off balance, and scores. Wow. They're hitting everything now. 67-43. Stewart over to Sabrina, over to Mieseman. Mieseman on the drive, gets into the lane. Layup is good. Finally, we score a field goal in the quarter with a minute and a half left. Mieseman, the first New York player in double figures here. Cuts the lead to 22. Thomas over to Bonner in the left corner. Tries to get it down to Bonner. Gets Deflected. Gets it over to Bonner. Bonner with 1 on the clock doesn't see the shot clock, and it's a shot clock violation. This is absolutely crazy, man. 67-45. Ball in play here with the Liberty. 1:07 to go here in the quarter. Mieseman with the ball. Mieseman, nowhere to go. Gets it over to Stewie. Stewie over to Mieseman in the post against Westbell. Finds Stewie. Stewie pump fakes, shoots the contested jump shot, rolls around and scores. So cuts it to 20 now. Ball in play here with the Mercury. It's been all Mercury in this quarter. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. Whitcomb over to Satu. Satu down to Westbeld and seals Sabrina away and scores. 69-47. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina, deep three, off. Rebecca Gardner skies for the rebound but loses it. And the Mercury get the ball. And they'll play for the last shot here. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball at half court. I would just take Stewie out the game. To be honest with you. Sammy Whitcomb picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Westbeld. And they call a foul on Sabrina. She's just not had a good game. She was getting to the basket early in the game. She missed those 3 free throws, and it's been downhill ever since. Ball into Copper. Copper jab step, 1 second. Shoots a contested jump shot and misses. And mercifully, this quarter ends as well. Mercury in complete control here. Cruise control. Outscoring the Liberty 18-10. 69-47. New York has scored 22 points in the last 2 quarters. They scored 25 in the first. I have no words, y'all. No words. Let's take a look at the box score. It's pitiful. Nothing's really changed since since halftime for the Liberty. 69-47 is the score. 18-10 in the third quarter. It doesn't make sense. Alyssa Thomas with 15. You have 12 for Satu Sabali. She didn't even score in that quarter. Mack with 4. Copper with 14. 6 for Akoa Makani. 8 for Bonner. 3 for Whitcomb. 7 for Westbeld. For the Liberty, Phoebich with 2. Stewie with 6 in her 20 minutes. 7 for Jonquil Jones with 13 rebounds. She's doing her thing on the boards. 9 for Sabrina Ionescu. And 8 for Natasha Cloud. Mieseman with 11, 4 for Kennedy Burke. Liberty shooting 30% from the field, 23% from 3, and have 12 turnovers as a team. The Mercury shooting 50% from the field, 21% from 3, 10 for 10 from the line, and they only have 4 turnovers. This is tough to watch. I shouldn't be surprised, but this would be a microcosm of our season. Start off with a win, somebody gets hurt, and then you start losing. So I'm already looking to game 3 on Friday. This is just embarrassing. Supposed to be the defending champs and absolutely getting killed on your home floor. The shots are just rattling in and out. People missing layups. It's unbelievable. Well, I shouldn't say it's unbelievable because I saw it during the season. I don't want to sound all doom and gloom, but this game has been terrible. Avellino, good point. Another side effect of injury really sees a lot of chemistry on both ends right now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 60. Let's go back to this. I didn't even get stuff ready for the fourth quarter. I was just so out of it. All right. So now Sandy's like, oh, let me play the bench. Now she puts Marine and Alyssa Thomas notices, said they put the bench in. They over here cheesing. Like, yeah, they put the bench in. They waving the white flag. That's crazy. He waits till the fourth quarter when it's a 22-point deficit to go to the bench. Marine with the ball. Marine over to Mieseman. Back to Marine. Marine finds a cutting Burke. Burke in the paint, spins. He gets the ball stripped away by Sammy Whitcomb. And then Kennedy Burke and Satu get into something. And it's Phoenix ball. Yeah, Vivian. Sandy said, oh, let's wait till the fourth quarter. We're down 22. And let me put the bench in and see what happens. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Satu over to Westbell. We haven't had any reviews or anything this game. Bonner steps back. Deep two is good. So it's 71-47. Cloud off the screen. Cloud over to Mieseman. Mieseman pump fakes for three. And finds Burke. Burke drives baseline. Layup is up and good. So Kennedy Burke gets a layup. And it's 71-49. Sammy Whitcomb over to Copper. Over to Satu Sabali. Gets it over to Westbell. Westbell, top of the key here with 9 on the clock. Over to Bonner. Bonner, deep three. And Bonner knocks down the three from the left wing. So now she's starting to feel herself. 74-49. 25-point deficit. Finds Isabel Harrison. Spins and gets bumped by Westbeld. So, I mean, that's a tough contested shot by Dewana Bonner. And she over here winking to the crowd. Isabel Harrison at the line for free throws. First one is up and misses. Burke goes out. Who's coming in? Probably Niara Sabali. Let's see who comes in. Oh, it looks like Steph Talbot minutes in the playoffs. You know, that's the human white flag. Isabel Harrison misses both free throws. It's just the whole team, bro. The whole team. 74-49. Dewana Bonner playing in her 89th playoff game, the most all time. Westbeld over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb behind the screen. Gets it over to Westbell. Westbell for three. Off. Long rebound to Mieseman. Over to Cloud. Cloud with the ball. Comes off the screen. Cloud out to Mieseman. Mieseman spins and she travels. Mieseman just indecisive with what she's trying to do. She catches the ball top of the key and then she just travels. 22 points off of the Liberty turnovers for the Phoenix Mercury. 74-49. The first quarter was good and then it went all bad. Satu with the ball. Guarded by Mieseman now. 10 on the clock. Satu steps back for a three. Shoots it right in Mieseman's face. German on Belgian crime. And it's almost a 30-point deficit here. 28-point game. Absolutely getting roasted on your home floor. Maddox said Emma hasn't been good for the Liberty this year. I mean, she came in and like at the latter half of the season, trying to fill a role, and it's just the way that we play doesn't suit her skill set entirely. You got, I got nothing to say, y'all. It's just bad out there. They absolutely have no will to fight in this game. They have no toughness, just getting bullied out there. Mm-mm-mm. 77-49. They need to put the running clock on this game because this is ugly, man. This is ugly. 12 points, 10 points, and now 2 points in the fourth. They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board with this roster. Gotta get back some KT types, some Benijah Laney Hamilton types on the roster, some toughness, some grittiness. Because Phoenix just out there bullying. Just out there bullying. I probably would have left the game already. If I was at the game. See, everything happens for a reason, y'all. Everything happens for a reason. They knew we gonna raise the prices, so I won't go, and then we'll get cooked. Yeah, Avelino, this is tough, but I got to see it through. I saw it through for the other blowouts. I gotta see it. I gotta see it through for my team too. Yeah, I definitely would have left at halftime. I would have been upset though, because I would have drove down there, spent all that time in traffic to drive down there, and then I would have had to go back. Plus what I paid. Shit. I didn't work today, so I would have drove. No. It is what it is. They're still in commercial, y'all. I don't know why they're trying to prolong this. I hope they're just running the clock while the commercials is going on. Hopefully this second game is much better than this, because that would be depressing. That would be depressing if it's not. Yeah, Maddox. Yep, I saw your comment. I did mention Laney Hamilton. Yep. And the ball is back in play. Do we even want to watch this, guys? But we have to. And we miss another layup. They're outscoring New York 52-24 since the first quarter. New York has scored 24 points in 23 minutes of basketball. And Sammy misses, Bonner misses again, and gets fouled. David, nobody could do anything. If the only way you would have won is if you bet Jonquel Jones rebounds tonight. That's the only bet for the Liberty you winning, or you bet the under on their points, on their total team points. Bonner misses the free throw, so the Liberty may get some free Shake Shack. That's the least that could happen here. Bonner, nah, she says nah, no Shake Shack for y'all. Just adding more misery to the miserable night. 78-49. Oh, they got Niara Sabli in the game now. Oh, look at that. Over to Marine Johannes. Marine finds Niara on the roll. Niara misses the layup. Jeez, bro. Just missed layup after missed layup. 78-49. People got to go to work in the morning after this one. Sammy on the drive gets the ball stripped away, and Kennedy Burke with the ball finds Steph Talbot. Steph Talbot tries to drive, and that's a foul by Satu. You got her hand up by her neck area there. They talking about the Sabli sisters. I don't give a rat's behind about the family right now. All right, so Liberty ball here. Beck Gardner gets it into Marine Johannes. Marine comes off the screen. Marine, one leg three off. Beck Gardner fighting for the rebound, can't get it. And Phoenix with the ball. Sammy down to Westbell. Westbell out to Sammy. Over to Akol Makani. Corner to Satu. Satu drives baseline. Spins back into the middle of the floor. Over to Mac. Up top to Akol Makani. Drops it off to Mac on the roll. Push shot. Middle of the floor. Rolls around and good. Look at the ball movement from the Phoenix bench. Resulting in an easy point there. 80-49. Kennedy Burke with the ball. Crossover. Corner to Beck. Beck drives baseline. Out to Burke. Bad pass. She couldn't shoot it now. Burke out to Talbot. Talbot pump fakes for three. Out to Burke. Burke for three. Short. Beck Gardner fights for the rebound. And Phoenix gets it. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball at half court. It's like dead silent in Barclays. It's like a funeral. Sammy Whitcomb, wide open three, misses. Fight for the rebound. Satsu gets the rebound. Out to Sammy, left side to Cole Makani. Over to Westbell. Westbell on the drive. Into the paint. Over to Mac. Even got Mac shooting three. She shoots an air ball. Satu, offensive rebound. She misses the putback, and Marine gets the rebound. Marine comes off the screen. Marine, hook pass over to Beck Gardner. Back to Marine. Marine for three, and gets fouled on the three-point attempt. So the Liberty will get 3 free throws here. Breanna hasn't been on the court in a while. She's dealing with an injury, so she was always gonna play limited minutes, Darian. So she's on the bench. Marine hits the free throw. And the crowd sarcastically cheers. Cuts the deficit to 30. Second one is up. Marine hits the second one. We have a timeout here. I don't know why they're prolonging this game. Just get this game off the television. Sorry guys, I can't be any more enthusiastic. Game's not even close. It's just absolute blowout here as we go to another timeout with 4:53 to go. This is just, oh my goodness. I don't know what to say, y'all. I do not know what to say. What y'all? Anybody who made bets? Y'all bet any bets still alive? We could talk about that because that's probably the most interesting thing we can watch this game for now. Because the Liberty have 4 points in 5 minutes of basketball here. Man, forget Ellie Con Landing. Ellie need to go in the back and just, I don't know. Get this game off the television. Get this game. I'm sending a tweet out right quick. I cannot take it anymore. Getting smoked by 30 on your home floor in the playoffs. This is bad. I'm sorry. I asked what y'all bets were and I stopped looking. Johnny said, first time I lost bet so bad. Damn, everybody taking the L today. Cloud screwed you? Damn. Damn, everybody taking L's. I apologize on behalf of... No, I ain't apologizing on behalf of the Liberty. That's their fault. I ain't do a damn thing. Window says horrible. Cat, I don't even know what to say. Bro, why is... Yeah, see? See, that's a positive, Robert. I saved ticket money. You absolutely right. I don't know why they got this. I know they gotta pay their sponsors and whatnot, but just running clock, no timeouts the rest of the game, just let this game go up. Yeah, they gave up. They couldn't. I use this against my other teams all the time. They can't throw a rock in the ocean, and they literally could not throw a rock in the ocean tonight. They over here doing the Ellie wave. People smiling. See, that's why I don't like going to the games when we losing, man. People out here smiling. Yeah, guys. A Marine hits the third free throw. 80-52. This is insane. 52 points in 35 minutes of basketball. Oh, they even got Kit Lax in. Oh my gosh, and a foul by Marine. Yeah, hopefully the Valkyries can force their series to a game 3. That would make everything cool. Yeah, yeah. Hey, what up, Quita? Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. They from the second quarter on, it's been all Mercury. I have no positives from this game. Absolutely no positives. Sammy Whitcomb for 3, and she misses. Listen, they not even locked in anymore. The bench is out there tossing up shots. They trying stuff on us. This is crazy. Maddox, I mean but that's on the front office if that's the reason. So it's still the Liberty's fault. Rebecca Gardner for 3. Oh, we hit a 3. Oh my gosh. Let me check the time. Like check my bank account. It must be a miracle. 80-55. I'm not gonna be calling as much as the play-by-play. I'll call when somebody scores or something. Sammy with the ball. Sammy crossover. I said that and I start calling the game. My mind is just shot right now. Laxa for 3, short. Marine with the rebound. Marine crosses half court. Marine one-legged 3. Nope. And Phoenix with the rebound. Yeah, you saw that. They kept putting Stewie in them pick and rolls. And as Westbell knocks down the 3. And it was cooked. Jonquel Jones isn't playing, Peter, because the Liberty are getting absolutely cooked. Isabel Harrison with the ball over to Beck Gardner. Gardner drop off to Niara down the lane and gets fouled. So Niara Sabali will go to the line for free throws. Maddox, unfortunately, we gotta live in the present. We gotta live in the present, so if we all had a time machine, life would be different. As Niara breaks a free throw. That's been a microcosm of the whole game. Missed free throws, not tough enough, missed threes. Just misses. Misses on everything. Miscommunication. Like, it's crazy out here. Niara hits the second. 83-56. You got Ryan and Rebecca trying to make stuff up to talk about on the broadcast. Lexi held with the ball. Gets it over to Kiana Williams. We got Kiana Williams playing in a playoff game against us. This is insane, bro. Kiana Williams with the ball. No disrespect to Kiana, but if Lexi held, misses the three, Isabel gets the defensive rebound, gets it over to Talbot. Marine comes off the screen. Marine loose handles, picks it back up. Hook pass, corner to Niara. Niara down the lane, goes up, gets blocked by Natasha Mack. Kalani Brown in the game too. What is happening? See, that's the thing about New York. They get one track minded when they drive to the lane. They drive into two defenders. Isabel Harrison was wide open, and that would have been an easy layup. But Mercury turned it over. Marine doesn't keep her head up, and now throws it late. It's another turnover. Yeah, Quita, they allowed it to be physical, but that was to be expected. New York really can't deal. They don't have the players to deal with physicality like that. They shy away from physicality on our team. So once it got super physical, we didn't know how to respond. We just got knocked out of all our offensive schemes, whatever they are, and that was that. Isabel Harrison in the paint, step through move, shoots over Mac and scores. And the crowd sarcastically cheers here. Matt said this was funny to listen to while driving. Glad you're just listening and not watching. I'm about to rip my eyes out. And I'm already blind. Over to Lexi Held. And she steps out of bounds. This should have had a running clock for a long time now. They over here talking about other series during this game. Can't believe people are still sitting courtside. I would have been gone. It's about to be 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. People got work in the morning. Steph Talbot for three. Misses. Kalani Brown with the rebound. Milk, nope. No starters are playing. This has been a bench game since the start of the fourth. Not a starter is on the floor for either team. This is like watching the runs at 24-hour fitness right now as Laxa hits a three. No, Breanna not coming back on the court. No starter is playing. There's 50 seconds left in the game, y'all. My bad. I thought the clock was running. Harrison hits a bucket. Look at me. I'm not even starting the clock. Let me put this clock down. It's like 30 seconds left, y'all. I'm just waiting for this game to be over. I'm not even going to look at the box score, so let's just get this game off the television. Williams over to Laxa, down to Mack, and the Liberty get a steal. 24 seconds left in this one. Steph Talbot on the push. Steph Talbot into the paint. Finds Niara Sabali. Throws up the floater. Way off. Yeah, I'm going live. This stream should, once I end this stream, which is going to be in the next 7 seconds, it'll redirect to that one. All right, 3, 2, 1. This game is over, y'all. Liberty moved to 1-1 on the series. I don't even want to say the score. Y'all see it. 1-1. Game 3 on Friday. I don't even know if I'm gonna stream that game. So it's 1-1. Liberty lose. I'll be back in a second for this other game. I'll see y'all in a bit.